Oh, God. No. I want to be like the Eagles.
One more preseason game to go, and there's a few battles yet to be determined. While the Eagles bring in a wide receiver, the Dallas Cowboys, well, you knew it was just a matter of time before one of them got arrested. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So the Eagles have one more preseason game to go, and the final remaining open battles will be determined. Meanwhile, the Eagles bring in a wide receiver to help them get through tomorrow night's game, and as you know, it's going to be hot in the summer. You know the Cowboys can't go a summer without being arrested. And it finally happened. Now we're going to get into all of it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. If you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It truly means a lot. Now, we are one day away from the final preseason game, and I don't think you're going to see the starters. I don't think you're going to see the second string. But there are a few battles that will take place that I'm interested in watching. We're going to go over it all. But first, we had an actual signing today. The Eagles signed a wide receiver. Eagles signed wide receiver Freddie Swain. Swain, 25, was a 2026 round pick by Seattle. He has 42 catches in the NFL during the past 3 seasons, overlapped with Brian Johnson and Tyree Cleveland at Florida. My guess with him, most likely, is the fact that most likely this is a body, somebody that could come in, somebody that could get reps on the field and play tomorrow night. If you look at the flurry of roster moves that they made, like Sunday, and then you look at this roster move, the Eagles are just bringing in a guy that is going to play and then will be gone. Now, maybe they bring him back to practice squad, something like that. Highly doubt it. I think this is more or less just a body for preseason. You've had some injuries with like Tyree Cleveland. You have guys that won't be out there. So you need players, wide receivers that can play. There's no way the Eagles are playing Devontae Smith. They're not playing A.J. Brown. They're definitely not going to play Quez Watkins, who's been hurt. They're not going to even, I don't think, play Oz. So this is a body. I can't get too excited about the signing only because I know it has to do with getting through the final preseason game. I will say this, though. He did play under Brian Johnson back in college. So that maybe has something to do with it. But it is what it is. Also, we got to talk about this because you know, as sure as the sun is going to come up tomorrow, the Cowboys cannot make it a whole summer without a player being arrested. It's just a matter of time. And I thought I was going to have to like eat my word and say, "Wow, Cowboys, your players really made it through a whole summer. Can't believe it." Well, it didn't happen. Adam Schefter is reporting this. Cowboys defensive end Sam Williams was arrested Sunday on charges of possession of a controlled substance, put the weed down, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. Get your permit, according to Frisco police. More via Todd Archer. So Sam Williams arrested. What a surprise. What a surprise. A Dallas Cowboy player arrested. As sure as the sun's going to come up, you know a Cowboy player will be arrested. And Mark Holmes is going to be able to, "Oh, God, why did he get arrested? Oh, it's always us. They're always blaming us. This isn't true. We've only had this many arrests. And this is really the media picking on us." Dallas stinks. He get arrested. Well, I mean, how hard is it to get a proper permit? Get a proper permit. You know what I mean? Put the weed down. Get a proper permit. I put the donuts down. put the weed down. What's the difference? You can't do it. He's got no self-control. Dallas stinks. This is just the start of their whole season crumbling, and I absolutely love it. Also, I wanted to show this. You guys know Elliott Shore-Parks. Well, he keeps detailed statistical stats. He keeps them like nobody else during preseason. All the practices, he tells you how many touchdown passes people throw, how many yards people run for, how many attempts they get, wide receivers, running back, tight ends, and quarterbacks. I'm not going to go through every statistic for every position, but I am going to show you what he compiled with Hurts to give you an idea of what Hurts has done this summer. I think that we don't need these statistics. I find these entertaining, but I think by everything we've heard, Hurts looks like he's about to take another step this season. So here's what he compiled that I thought was pretty interesting. Reps, 393 total reps, and he had 180 completions out of 241 attempts, 17 touchdowns, and interceptions 4. Now this comes from 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 drills. Now one thing about 7-on-7, 11-on-11 drills, they don't let the media film any of that. They can't film it. You may see some stuff come out of the Eagles website, which I never mess with. But they, like yesterday with Devontae Smith, I think they released the great catches he made, but that was the website. They can't record those. But, I mean, we all know Jalen Hurts is on a trajectory to have another great year. I don't think this is a surprise at all. So, yeah, beautiful. I expect Jalen Hurts to have possibly another MVP year. I'm putting money on him to win MVP, I'll tell you that. Now, here's what I'm thinking about tomorrow night with the game, which I will be live streaming, by the way, so come hang out with me. Here's what I expect. I don't expect you're going to see Mariota. I don't expect you're going to see Jalen Carter. I don't expect to see Jordan Davis. I would be surprised if they even took one series. Okay, what you're going to see is a lot of fourth stringers, and then you're going to see in the fourth quarter, you're going to see guys that won't be on this roster. The idea of this game is to get out of it. I think most position battles are locked in. I think most of them are done. There are a few things that I want to see. The big thing for me tomorrow, because I think most of these battles are over. The big thing for me that I want to see tomorrow is Trey Sermon. Like, that's the big issue still at hand, in my opinion, because I expect the Eagles to keep 4 running backs. Now, Trey Sermon, I think he's on the outs. He had that fumble last week. I think that really hurt him, but he did bounce back in the second half of that game. So if he wants to make this team, he is going to have a big game. I don't believe the Eagles will keep 5 running backs. Now we're going to get into all the who I think they're going to cut, 53-man roster predictions. I'm going to do all that after Thursday's game. But what I want to see really is what happens at the running back spot. I expect, and I'm interested in seeing if Rashad Penny plays at all, because I don't think you'll see Gainwell. I don't think you'll see Swift. I don't think you'll see Scott. But I think you're going to see a lot of Sermon. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of Brooks. And I'm curious at the beginning if they play Penny. That, to me, is a sign that this still could be a battle. Because I think that the last positional spot at running back is not between Sermon and Boston Scott, or Sermon and Swift, or Gainwell. I think it's between Sermon and Rashad Penny. So I want to see how that is going to play itself out. I really do. So that's probably, to me, the most intriguing position to watch tomorrow. I want to see also if we see anything from Tyree Jackson, because I thought this was really his last shot to have a chance at a tight end position here, and I think he's on the outs of making his team. If he doesn't do anything tomorrow night to impress his team, he may be gone. This may be his last chance. So That's going to be a very interesting position battle. As far as like the linebackers go, I think they're set at linebackers. I think they already got their linebackers. I think they know who they're keeping. I think they know who they're keeping. Defensive tackles, defensive line, offensive line. I think it's all pretty much up for grabs. I think the running back, I think that's going to be interesting. The maybe the second, third tight end battle, that could be interesting. And then I think we got to watch the defensive backs. I want to see what they do with Justin Evans. Is he going to go out and play reps? He has gotten some first team reps. So do they look at him as somebody who has made this team, or has he got to go out there and still try to win a spot? Because I think really, I don't think they're getting rid of Kevon Wallace. And I know they're not getting rid of Sidney Brown or Reed Blankenship. I wonder if Evans could maybe bounce out Edmonds. That would be a very interesting position at safety. They're going to keep 4 safeties, 5 safeties. That we have to see. Also, what are they going to do with the defensive backs? Zeke McPherson, you lost him, so that does give you one spot, but you still have a battle with Mario Goodrich. Is he going to be able to make this team as well? So these are all the things that I'm going to be looking for. As far as the rest of it, I think most of it is settled. I think they know exactly where they're going. Like for linebackers, for instance, I think it's pretty obvious after the second preseason game that Nakobe Dean and Cunningham are your first team linebackers they're going to go with. I think Sidney Brown is. I think he's going to end up starting. I really do. I think week 1, Sidney Brown is going to be your starter. I think it's pretty evident that Cam Jurgens is going to be your starting right guard. So I think most position battles are done. Why Aaron Sipos is going to have that position at punter, I don't get it. And the other thing I want to look at is the wide receiver position. And I'm remembering this at the end because do they keep 5 wide receivers or do they keep 6 wide receivers? This is going to be interesting. You got A.J. Brown, you got Devontae, you got Quez, you got Oz. Those are 4 guys you're going to keep. I have to assume that they're keeping Britton Covey because they don't have another punt returner. Even though he didn't play at all this preseason, I'm assuming that they're giving him the punt returning job. Nobody did anything to really deserve it. Now, do they possibly just let Britton Covey go and assume they can do better? I don't think they're going to do that. So what are they going to do? They're going to have to give a wide receiver spot to Britton Covey. So I think the Eagles, at the end of the day, I think they end up keeping 6 wide receivers. And I got to say, Greg Ward Jr. has deserved to make this team. So I got to think they're going to keep 6 wide receivers. And I think Greg Ward is going to be one of them, or they might try to trade Greg Ward. There have been some rumors about Greg Ward possibly ending up or getting traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we got to watch that. But are they going to keep 5 receivers? Are they going to keep 6 receivers? I think guys like Joseph Nagata, I think they end up on the practice squad. And then as far as the quarterbacks go tomorrow, I expect the first half will be Tanner McKee. The second half is going to be Ian Book. I think that's how they're going to end up doing it. I'd be surprised if we saw Marcus Mariota tomorrow night. So it's going to be interesting. They're going to get through this game. Then Howie Roseman goes to work. This is when we're going to see possibly some sort of trade. We just got to watch for it. With that said, let me know your thoughts. Remember, I will be streaming tomorrow, so you will see me tomorrow for the game and then the post game. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat, and remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. It's funny because my sense of the Cowboys and this offseason with them is that this is a team and a fan base that is on the edge of a cliff. Like, I just get the feeling with the Cowboys, like when it goes bad, the whole thing is going to unravel. I think the Cowboys are in for a very, very tough season. I think they think they're a lot better than they were, and I think that there's no way that their roster can keep up with ours. And my sense is, by the way, if you look at the Seattle game and the reactions of how Cowboy fans act after the Seattle game and Mozzie Smith and then getting arrested, I think they're on the edge. I think it's all about to come crumbling down. They want to be the Eagles. They try to be the Eagles, but they can't keep up. That's just the way it is. Denzel Washington out.